Hi guys, Ron here. Today I want to address another one of your questions, and that is, why do I run SRAM group sets on all my bikes? So first of all, I'm not sponsored by SRAM. If I were, I would be running zip wheels on all my bikes, and I would run SRAM everything, zip everything, seat post handlebars, handlebar tape, etc. So I can tell you straight up that I'm not sponsored by them. When I started cycling, actually, the friend who got me into cycling was a big, or is a big Shimano fan, and he kept telling me that Shimano is the be-all and end-all of cycling, and everything else is crap. And since I had no previous experience, I believed him. So my first bikes were all set up with Shimano, and then I bought a used S-Works Enduro 29er. Back then I started mountain biking really, and that came with SRAM 1x, and I realized that, well, this isn't too bad. So yeah, a year or so went by. I already had my Madone set up with Durace Di2, and the new and current iteration, the 9100, started appearing. So I decided, well, I already had some threads forming in the bike business, so I wanted to sell my 9000 series Di2 because I expected it to drop in value significantly after the new one is released, and for the same price I could sell the 9100. I could get an E-Tap group set, so I did. I decided to bite the bullet and go for SRAM for the first time in my life. Another reason why I wanted to do this is I wanted to try speed play pedals, and I just liked the look and the combination of SRAM and speed play on the bike. And thirdly, previously I was on Stages power meters and they work fine, but I wanted a bit more precision, so I wanted total power. The Stages was quite reliable, but sometimes I felt that I can't trust the data 100%, and that's when the new D0 came out, and I decided to go for that as well. And yeah, it happened to be the obvious choice. I like when my things and bikes have matching equipment on them, so it all started from there. So Red E-Tap was the first, well, the Madone was the first bike that I was on. Now, in comparison with Di2 or Campagnolo for that matter, if you look at the electronic group sets, it's the lightest, it's wireless, so it's easy to install and maintain on an integrated bike like this one. It's the cheapest as well. The shift logic is nice and it performs like it should, no problems. The batteries, well, they're quite neat, they're outboard, so you can just swap them. So yeah, if you look at it this way, putting aside any enthusiasm towards any other brand, I don't have any problem with Shimano. They work great. The shifting is faster than E-Tap, no denying that, I think, but from my experience I have to tell you that a group set doesn't make or break a bike. You have to have a good frame, a good wheels, good fit, good saddle, etc., good pedals, and then comes the group set with its shifting quality, because nowadays there aren't really any group sets that wouldn't shift 100%, even mechanical. If your cables are done properly, then it doesn't matter which one you are on, it's just about weight. And Red E-Tap has a very low weight compared to other electronic systems, so yeah, based on objective facts, this is my choice. I can't really say I have a problem with Campagnolo either. I have a problem with some Campagnolo owners who think it's much better, twice as good as anything else. It just isn't. It's up there. It's one of the best, well, of the three best, and it's just a matter of personal preference. If you look at it from, well, yeah, from the side of cold hard facts, then it's heavier and much more expensive than ETAP. So for me, it's not worth having. Then if you look at the cross bike, SRAM Force 1 is pretty ubiquitous at that. I don't think that any Shimano or Campagnolo system would be more in place on a bike like this. The Force 1 is pretty much designed to do that, although Shimano have just released the new Ultegra RX derailleurs, so those might be a good option, but yeah, they just weren't around the time that I was putting this bike together. And I generally like the idea of one by as well. With ETAP, I also used it on my road bike for some races, and it just works. It's super easy to convert and swap back and forth between no front shifting and front shifting. Then for a TT bike, the choice again came to SRAM, and this little fella is the main reason, is the return to control shifter. And I think Campagnolo also have a shifter like this. Shimano definitely don't. So the specialty of this shifter is it's ratcheting basically, so it always returns after shifting to the same centerline position, and it's super precise as well, very crisp, fast, clean shifts. And for a TT bike you really can appreciate that instead of having just that old school friction shifter. Of course I could have electronic, but since I don't really need a front mag on my TT bike, I can do with just one. Then going electronic, SRAM ETAP, Di2 or EPS just adds complication to the mix. So this is the cleanest, most aero, possibly lightest and fastest setup, because what the SRAM, or sorry, the Speed Concept frame was designed before ETAP was around, so it doesn't really fit the blip box or the Campy system very neatly, and the Di2 junction box will still come up here. So yeah, this is what just fits my my preferences and my setup. So yeah, no special magic or special reasons behind that. It just SRAM came to be the best logical choice for every one of my bikes, and at least they are matching, you know. I'm perfectly satisfied with either of them. If you want to know more about the individual bike setups that I've just shown you, then don't forget to tune into the channel and subscribe. It's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.